بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. In Al-Islam, my topic, as we are ready to follow this program today, is about the branches of love and brotherhood in Al-Islam. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Innamal mu'minuna ikhwa." As we are believers, both male and female, we are all brothers and sisters in Al-Islam. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the last testament, that is the Quran. And this message was brought to us by our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the entire universe. And it was for this message, he was able to make the whole humanity become as brothers and sisters. Whereas wherein there is no tribe, no party, no tribalism, no color. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Hujurat, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, Ya ayyuhan nas, O you believe, Inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha, I have created you from a single male and a female. Wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qabaila lita'arafu, and I have created you, made you into nations, tribes, so that you may recognize another. But this being in a different color or race or tribe or nation is not the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to discriminate. The reason why he did this, he said, Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. The main purpose to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who is more worthy and honored and respectable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who is God-fearing. May Allah make us among those who are God-fearing. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked this question, who is the most honored person among human beings? And he answered them, he said, Atqakum. He said, the one who is piety, who is conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the Sahabas, and they said, Laysa an hada nasaluka. It is not for this reason that we are asking you. We don't ask you about this answer that you gave to us. Qala fa akramahum unas Yusuf Nabiyullah ibn Nabiyullah. And the most honored among mankind is Yusuf, the son of a prophet, a messenger. So imagine the Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, his beauty, he was able to guard his chastity and protect his honor, wherein also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was able to make him among the most important figure among the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His beauty does not divert him to misuse it, and he used it for the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that creates us, mankind. And then he said to them, it is not this one that we are asking for. Then he answered them, فَأَنْ مَعَادٍ Arab تَسْأَلُونِ, are you asking me about the minerals of the Arabs? Then they said, yes, you owe you the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he said, فَخِيَارُكُمْ فِي جَاهِلِيَّةٍ, and amongst you that are chosen during the dark ages, the dark time, when there was no Islam in their hearts, خِيَارُكُمْ فِي الْإِسْلَامِ إِذَا فَقَهُ, they are the chosen one if they become as people who are knowledgeable in the sight of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, used to warn his companions. He said, "La yantahiyanna aqwaman yaftakhiruna bi'abaihim." He's warning each and every one of us, not to be boasting about our forefathers, because of their status, because of their colors, because of their nationalities. Alladhina matu, those who have passed, and now they left a name behind. And these are the things now today the world is witnessing. People are boasting of their country, their lineage, their color, their race, and their tribes. That's why the Prophet said, Innamahum fahun jahannam. Those ones that have gone in this kind of habits, they are now the charcoals or the fuel of the hellfire. May Allah save us from that. And then the Prophet, one thing we should know in Islam, we don't have any race or color or class. What we must understand is that also it's not one who run a marathon and race ahead of the others is called a hero. The one who is called a hero is one who is God conscious. May Allah guide us and protect us. And Allah, the Prophet also said, as human being, Allah does not look upon us, our form or figure or our appearance. He looks what in our hearts. Now look, one thing we have to realize, brothers and sisters, Abu Jahl used to say this word. He said he's from the tribe of the Bani Makhzum. And he's the leader of the Quraysh. And he used to say this, wa anna, I'm this, I'm that. He used to boast about his lineage and about his power. And then, فَلَمَّا كَفَرَ بِلَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, when he disobeyed the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, أَدْخَلَهُ اللَّهُ عَلَى وَجْهِ فِي النَّارِ, Allah made him to enter the hellfire. May Allah save us from the hellfire. And nothing benefits him. His wealth and everything, his family does not benefit him. About Bilal, he's a slave. He's owned by his master. He has no support. He has no family that can make him raise his status. But when you believe in La ilaha illallah, when you believe in the statement La ilaha, when you believe in La ilaha illallah, Asbaha Sayyidan li Sayyidat, he became one of the leaders among the leaders. And even Umar bin Khattab used to say this to Abu Bakr, you freed our master, Abu Bakr freed our master, that is Bilal. One day Rasul was sitting down and he was admonishing, I was talking to his sahabas, and he was amazed what he saw in his dream about Bilal. And he said, Ya Bilal, hadithni bi arja amal amiltahu fil Islam fa inni sami'tu ndafana alayk bayna yaday fil Jannah. What did you do that makes you, I was listening to your footsteps in front of me, you were entering Jannah. What makes you enter Jannah? And Bilal answered to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Ya Rasulullah, it's not because I am doing a lot of ibadah or a lot of actions. It's only that when I purify myself, I make 2 rakah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, all the believers are brothers and sisters. And the brothers and sisters in Islam is more greater than your tribes men, your brother and sister from the same father and mother. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا. Hold on to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, each and every one of you. وَلَا تَفَرَقُوا, and do not disunite yourself. وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. Remember the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has done for you. إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً, you used to be enemies. فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ, Allah unite your hearts together. فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا, and you become brothers and sisters. وَكُنْتُمْ عَلَى شَفَا حُفْرَةٍ مِنَ النَّارِ, You used to be at the brink of the hellfire. فَانْقَذَكُمْ مِنْهَا. Allah saved you from the hellfire. كَذَلِكَ يُبَيْنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِ لَعَلَكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. And that's why Allah SWT explained His matters, His signs, to those, each and every one of us, so that we may be guided through this. And they said, the reason why Allah SWT revealed this ayah, there was a time before Rasulullah came to Medina, the Aus and Khazraj used to be in constant, countless battles amongst themselves. But when Allah SWT brought the messenger of Allah SWT to Medina, and He was able to unite them, make them as brothers and sisters through the love of Islam. And they love one another. And they used to do things in common. And this enraged the Yahud that used to live in Medina, together with the believers. So one of them used to come out and start inciting, giving words of hatred into the heart of the believers. Have you forgotten the battles that used to be among you guys? And this has been going on and on. You know, human beings, we are created very weak. We are fragile. And some of them Shaitan used to, started to push them into this kind of thought, bad thought. And they even go on to the point, they came out from the Aus and the Khazraj with their swords and everything in order to go back to the old ways they used to be before Al-Islam. And it was said that Rasulullah had this commotion, this confusion among the Aus and Khazraj. And he came out and entered to stand between the two parties. And even they said also, according to the historians, Bilal also followed, even with barefooted. And the Prophet ﷺ was standing among them. He asked them, between the two parties, the Aus and Khazraj, Ya ayyuhan nas, O you mankind, ama kuntum dalalan fahadakum lahu bih? Were you not misguided when Allah guided you through me? Ama kuntum mutafariqina fajama'akum lahu bih? Were you not used to be in disunity when Allah brought you together through me? Ama kuntum mutaharibina fa'akhallahu bainakum bih? Were you not used to be fighting one another when Allah SWT make you become as brothers and sisters? Qalu bala, and they answered the Prophet ﷺ and say, oh yes, you the Prophet ﷺ. Then he asked them, Alastu fikum, am I not amongst you? Qalu bala, and they said, yes, Ya Rasulullah, we are among you, you are among us. Aman nazal al-wahyu alayya wa ana bayna adhurikum, and he asked them this question, was I not amongst you when Allah SWT used to send Jibril? He's sending Jibril, bringing the wahyu, that is the revelation to me. Qalu bala, they said, yes, Ya Rasulullah, oh, you the Prophet of Allah. Fama hadha, what is this? Fatawada'u suyuf ala turab, and they placed their swords on the floor. Wa qalu nastaghfirullah, and they repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhadhu, and they hold on, yatabakuna wa yata'anaquna, and they used to, they come together, they were crying and they were embracing one another for their mistakes. That's why Allah SWT revealed this ayah. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, O you who believe, in tuti'u fariqan min alladhina utul kitab, if you follow a party of those people whom the previous books have been revealed to, yaruddukum ba'da imanikum kafirun, they will return you back to your old ways, your disbelief. Wa kayfa takfurun, why do you deny? Brothers and sisters, kayfa takfuruna wa antum tutla alaykum ayatullah. Why do mankind deny Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and deny the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is being recited upon each mankind? Wa fikum rasuluhu, and the Prophet is amongst you. So, brothers and sisters, one thing we should know as Muslims and as believers in Islam, Islam is a complete religion. is a religion of love. It's a religion of unity. Let no party, no tribe, no nation comes about to disunite us, to make us look like the people who have no knowledge of the deen of the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the things that is happening today all over the world. People are boasting of their tribe, their lineage, their country, and where they are coming from. And this verse used to be recited by Sufyan Thawri. He said, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqati wa la tamutuna illa wa antum muslimun. He used to recite this verse, oh, you believe, be conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the way he's supposed to be to be. Do not die except in the state of al-Islam. And kana Sufyan Thawri, إذا قرأ هذه آية, if he used to recite this verse, when he used to recite it, what happened then? Baka hatta takada adla'uhu takhtalif. He would cry until his size became somehow subsided. And they used to ask him, Malak, what's happened? What's wrong to you? What wrong with you, Abu Sufyan? And he answered and said, Akhsha an amuta ala ghairi Islam. I fear not to die except in the state of Islam. Why? The end justified the means. And anyone who grows on something, he will live by it and he will die by it. So may Allah make us live according to Islam and die according to Islam. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He said, وَالَّذِي بَعَثَ فِي الْأُمِّيِّينَ رَسُولًا. He is the one that sent the messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as a messenger. To whom? Fil ummiyina, the unlettered people, the Arabs, Rasulan, as a messenger. Minhum yatlu alayhim ayatihi, to recite the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yuzakim, to purify them, wa yu'alimu kitab, and teach them the sunnah, wal hikmah, and the wisdom. The kitab, the Quran, wal hikmah, and the wisdom, that is the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wa in kanu min qablu illa fi dalalin mubin, so that they will not go and meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and give flimsy excuses. Brothers and sisters, one thing we are failing to realize today in the world, that politics is creeping into the minds of us, the believers, and is disuniting us and making us to go back to the way people are not supposed to be. That is the way Allah wants us to be, as believers, as brothers and sisters, in unity and the love for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has brought this ummah, nursed this ummah, and trained this ummah, and make this ummah to realize that there is only one Rabb, one creator, and a prophet. That's him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the world today, you have two types of people. You have those who are evil. Allah, the Prophet ﷺ said, that evil person is less to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the one who is more conscious to him is honored to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let politics don't divide you and me. Let politics don't bring about the brotherhood in Islam to make you feel that you are better than the other, except in piety, except in the consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us the things that we should learn, that there are reasons that makes people become brothers and sisters, and there are things that makes people become disunite. And what are the reasons of disunity? One of them is al-bughd, that is hate. And hate is something that has brought disunity and separation between brothers and sisters, even from the same mother and father. And even nations and tribes. And we see that today, for example, like our country, Sierra Leone. If you look at the politics today that is happening in Sierra Leone, he has made sure that it divides the people. And now they look like as if they are not one people. They are not brothers and sisters. And most of them, sadly, they are people Allah SWT gave them knowledge. And they are seeing these things. And they still turn a blind eye. And they don't make any effort in order to bring that kind of unity and brotherhood and love amongst the people that are supposed to be as brothers and sisters, not as enemies. And you find out that there are certain people, they teach their own children, their children's children, about the old flame or bad things that used to happen amongst other tribes or other nations. So, and that hatred goes to the heart of the child, and the child, when the child grows up, and that same hate continues until their own children and children, grandchildren. Where do you expect peace to be? Where do you expect peace to be? And the hate inflame, and it causes people to fight one another. It causes people to go against each other. It causes people to think that they are better than others. Another causes of disunity amongst mankind, al-hasad, jealousy. As Allah said, "Am yahsuduna nas ala ma atahum Allahu min fadli faqad atayna ala Ibrahim al-kitab wa ataynahu mulkan azima." Are they jealous of people because what Allah SWT blessed them with? Because Allah SWT blessed Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, the prophethood and also leadership. Another things that also that bring disunity among human beings is hubu dunya, the love of this dunya, the love of this world. And it's the head of every mistake, because people, they love this world so much that they only think about themselves. When Allah SWT said, "I'lamu annama al-hayati dunya la'ibun wa lahun wa zinatun wa tafakhuru bainakum wa takathurun fil amwali wal awlad." Know that the life of this world, it's just like a painting. It's like a decoration. And that decoration, people are competing in making a lot of money, become rich, and having a lot of children, marrying a lot of women, boasting among themselves. As Allah said, "Kamathal ghayth a'jaba al-kufar." It's like the rain, when the rain pours down on the earth. And when it pours down on the earth, what happened? It blesses the earth and it grows a green pasture, a'jaba al-kufar. And then the non-believer will start to amaze at what he sees. But with time, it withered. It becomes dead and like it never grows on earth. So, brothers and sisters, we have to find the causes of brotherhood, love, and unity. What are the causes of brotherhood and love and unity we should do in order to gain this message, to gain this blessing? Is by giving salam and smile. This is the Prophet ﷺ said, "Do you want me to tell you what will bring out of your mind, your heart, jealousy, hatred, and rancor, any other thing? Afshu salam. Extend greetings. Give salam to your brothers and sisters. And also in the night, stand quietly where no one knows about what you are doing and pray to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will gain the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, when you smile to your brother or sister, it's a charity. Another one is ulfa, that is unity. Come together, think about your brother, love your brother and sister, and make dua in their absence. Like in this platform, I'm talking to you, brothers and sisters. There are brothers and sisters out there who are not well. In your own private time, when you sit by yourself, make this dua for your brother and sister. And know that when you make dua for your brother and sister, whether in difficulty or you want good for them, another angel will be there making this dua same to you, the same to you. And also, what will bring us together for the love and unity for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hub wal witham, that is love and harmony. For example, if your brother is sick or sister is sick, this is the right for you as Muslim to go and visit that person and make dua for the person. So may Allah guide us and protect us. As I am ending this talk at this time, I'm advising every brothers and sisters out there that let no politics, no tribalism, no hate or jealousy push you to the brink for you to come out of the fold of Al-Islam, because that one will lead you to disbelief. And will make you do something that Allah disapprove. So may Allah guide us and protect us. Subhanaka Allahumma nashhadu an la ilaha illallah nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. I'll ask brothers and sisters to send in their question, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, Sheikh Musa. We'll go straight to question and answers. Just before we go to question, just a couple of announcements. With the zakat, I know people might be asking again for zakat al-fitr, the ones that have just joined us. Again, you can pay it through the bank transfer to the masjid's account, or if you do not do online transfer, you can go to the masjid. There is a sign now to say zakat al-fitr just at the door, at the letterbox that you can put it. So put it in an envelope, just mark it zakat al-fitr, and inshallah, Sheikh Boadi checks that every single day. So he will be collecting the money there. He will check the letterbox and collect it. Right, so we go to the first question now, inshallah. The first question, Brother Abu Bakr.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, thank you so much. We thank all the Sheikhs then for all this privilege I don't give it. And may God bless you all and our family, and also we that are participating. I'm really excited. And also this topic of brotherhood, you really hit the nail on the head. This is very important because, as for instance, because this is, I'm just trying to summarize something. Like, I have some friends, they are all the time, I have to be calling them, and for, in two relationships, it has to be both ways. When one calls, you have to reciprocate. But sometimes people, they have all the time, you be calling them, they don't respond to you, you be calling them as a brotherhood. But because of this background of how would I put it, like ethnicity, some of them, they have their different tribes, as you have mentioned it. Because in Islam now, they say the strongest level of brotherhood is the sense of community, friendship, sure, and common purpose in Islam for the sake of Allah. And you see, and it is always quoted, like in the Surah Al-Hujurat 49:10, that you have to have brother, you have to reconciliation with your brother. So in this way, if you all the time you are calling your brother is not calling you, what should you do? Because for me, if I'm calling you, you are not calling me, I will just stop, because at the end of the day, it's both two sides to a story.
Alhamdulillah wa kafa. May Allah reward you for your efforts. Brother, to be honest, you are not the first person, and you are not going to be the last person. It has happened even in the time of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A man came to the Rasul and complained about this same similar issue. How about this man always is very close to his family. He always contact them. he does good things in order to make them know that he has love for them. But they do the opposite. And he went to complain to the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. What did Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did? Did he say, okay, cut them off, don't continue? And he just said, if what you are doing, you're connecting to your family and you're showing love to them, and they are doing the opposite thing to you, he said, you just continue. He said, it's like as if you pour hot ashes on them. When someone contact someone, don't do the same thing. Show this kind of that Islam does not say shar bi shar, evil for evil. You don't know, maybe one day Allah said, As-Allah an yaj'ala bainakum baina alladhina adaytum min mawada. Maybe the one that is more you think that is enemy, one will become a friend, a good person to you, very close to you. So just continue, brother. Don't give up. Human beings, we are like that. Sometimes we can be negligent. We can show some kind of weakness. But if you continue, as the Prophet ﷺ said, it's like you're pouring hot ash on them. I believe one day they will come to their senses. May Allah reward you for that.
Thank you.
We move on to the next question. There's a brother. It just says iPhone. Could you announce your name, please? Assalamu alaikum. Did you put your hand up, brother? Yeah, I've seen you've got thumbs up. Can you hear me? It sounds like he's just playing with it. Jazakumullah. The brother is really enjoying the lecture. Right. Next question, please. Hand. Can I see the hands up, please? Next question for the Sheikh.
It's Lucy's iPad. Yeah? Lucy's iPad?
Lucy's iPad. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Salam alaikum, Sheikh.
Okay, sir.
Sheikh, I do wanted to ask a question. It's regarding about the Zakat al-Fitr. I do have one of my family members. She's a Christian, but I'm the one responsible for her. Do I have to pay Zakat al-Fitr for her as well? Even though
Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. To be honest, as a Muslim, just like you saying building masjid, a non-Muslim building a masjid. I'll give an analogy because I'll throw this question to my Sheikh, but I just because Sheikh Inja is there, is more knowledgeable than me. A Muslim is the one that Allah has made it incumbent upon him or her to give zakat al-fitr or zakat when the time for zakat arrives, because the one who believes in Allah and the messenger and the last day are the one who are entitled to build a masjid for the sake of Allah, as well as if you are making zakat, if the person is a Muslim, I believe it's only for Muslims, not for non-Muslims, because why are you giving zakat? When you are fasting now, your fast is being suspended in the summer. There is not accepted until you give your zakat al-fitr. And when you give your zakat al-fitr, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it from you, because Allah said, "Qad aflaha man tazakka." That person has become a successful, the one that purify himself. The ulamas, the scholars brought in this idea that when you give your money, that from the mistakes that you've done during the Ramadan to that time, also that one is a way of cleansing you from your mistakes. So, but I believe if the Sheikh is there, have anything to add to that, inshallah, Sheikh Injai, you can throw light to the sister is asking this question.
Sheikh Injai, is there the specific question was is she allowed to give a Christian, a non-Muslim friend, zakat al-fitr? That was the question. That's the specific question. She needs an answer.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wa salam ala Rasul al-Karim. I mentioned this last time when a sister asked a question regarding whether people who are living with her who are not Muslim, whether she going to pay zakat al-fitr for them or not. Then I said this. I said zakat al-fitr only you as a Muslim. You paid for your household. For example, you have children, small children, who is age 5, 7, 8, 9, you pay zakatul fitr for them because they are still under the age. But not for the mukallaf who is not Muslim, whether he or she. If the person is mukallaf, reach the age of maturity, puberty, they're not Muslim, you don't have to pay zakatul fitr for them because it's not something joined for them. So then you pay zakatul fitr for the children who is under the age, under your responsibility, whether he or she, if a man have a wife, have children, then the children under his responsibility. If a woman raising up children, maybe she divorced or she's not divorced, maybe the husband is not there, the children under her responsibility, then he or she gonna pay zakatul fitr for them, but not for an adult who not Muslim. An adult who not Muslim, who not fasting, zakatul fitr is not something obligatory for them to pay. So that is why you don't pay zakatul fitr for someone who is not Muslim. Allahu alam.
I think it's clear now. That's the non-Muslim.
I've got it clear now.
Obligatory on them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Sheikh, just in relation to that as well, there's a question on the chat. As a lady has asked, a sister has asked, can a non-Muslim still pay zakatul fitr?
Non-Muslim cannot pay zakatul fitr, as we pointed out, because they're not Muslim. When you say non-Muslim, zakatul fitr, the Prophet ﷺ say, zakatul fitr tu'matun lil masakin wa tuhuratun lis sa'imin min al-lughu wa rafa. So zakatul fitr is purification of those who was fasting. Some of the mistakes they made while they was fasting, zakatul fitr going mended, purified. At the same time, is a benefit for the needy and the poor to be fed in the day of Eid. That is the purpose of zakatul fitr. But non-Muslims, who not Muslims, they don't have to pay zakatul fitr because they're not Muslim.
Okay.
So they're not fasting the holy months of Ramadan. If somebody not Muslim wanted to give charity, they can give charity if they wanted to give charity, but they cannot call it as a zakatul fitr. Zakatul fitr is only for people who was fasting the holy months of Ramadan.
Okay. Now, so Sheikh, can we be clear? Is it just for Muslims who were fasting? How about Muslims that haven't been fasting? Muslims that weren't fasting, but then they want to give zakatul fitr.
If somebody are Muslim who not fasting, why they paying zakat? Because there is nothing to purify. Zakatul fitr is the purification of some of the mistakes has been made to mend it. Somebody who doesn't bother. If their name is Abdullah or Osman or whatever, but they never fast the holy month of Ramadan, why they bothering to pay zakatul fitr? But if they want to give sadaqah in their own way, fine. But they cannot call it as a zakatul fitr. Allahu alam.
Yeah, it's just a charity.
Yeah, well, charity, anyone can give charity. You know, anyone can give help.
Yeah, it's
but
ordinary.
Specifically, we wanted to specify here. We're talking about zakatul fitr. We're not talking about open charity.
No.
Which Muslim can give it, non-Muslim can give it.
No.
We are totally different, in a different situation.
Okay.
Here, we was fasting the holy months of Ramadan. The holy months of Ramadan about to finish. And Muslims, for their humble actions, for the effort they was making to fast the entire month, then they have to mend some of the mistakes they made. That is why they paying zakatul fitr.
Zakatul fitr,
no. Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh. Yeah.
Jazakallah khairan.
I think we reach our target now. We are 7 o'clock. But if I think there is one hand up, which you can before Sheikh Yusuf comes in. Lima Tajalo.
Alaikum.
Okay, Nalaba.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Njai. The other time you were talking about the Prophet Sallallahu receiving revelations through Angel Gabriel.
Yeah.
Now, since that he doesn't exist, he's dead, and there are no more revelations, is Angel Gabriel still existing?
Of course. جبريل عليه السلام ما زال موجود والملائكة ما زالوا موجودين وما زالوا سينزلون في ليلة القدر. So ليلة القدر is a night gonna continue to happen every single Ramadan. Doesn't mean the Prophet Muhammad is upon him. It passed away. That means there is no angels or angel Jibril doesn't exist anymore. That is not the case. Jibril is still there. Angels is still there. So then Laylatul Qadr, Allah going to send down the angels, including Jibril, in Allah's way. Because Allah, He is the one who said that in His book. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. The angels, including Jibril alayhi salam, they're going to descend in the night of power, the night of decree, is Laylatul Qadr, in the command of their Lord. And Allah said, Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Peace and tranquility and blessing within that night until the dawn. So this is what Allah said. So that is why there is no doubt in Laylatul Qadr, angels, including Jibril, they going to descend to the lowest heaven. Allahu A'lam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Shakir, I don't know if he will encourage more questions. We need to ask him first.
Okay, he's giving us the okay for 3 more minutes. So
okay,
I think we can.
I think the sister still wanted to ask a question.
Yes, yes. We're going to the sister next now. Sister Sia, yeah. Bismillah.
Sister.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My question is from the Quran. I've got Surah Al-Hadi. That's how it's called. Surah Al-Hadi, ayah 16.
Surah Al-Hadid.
Yeah.
Ayah 16. Okay.
Yeah. Where Allah subhanahu is saying that the believers who believe in the oneness of Allah, and they were affected by Allah's reminder, which is the Quran, and that they reveal the truth. But the least become of those who received the scripture and the Injil and the Torah before the Jewish and the Christians. I get confused because I'm not sure who are these people that receive the scripture before the Jewish and the Christians.
The scripture, Suhuf Ibrahim or Musa. The scriptures for Moses and Ibrahim alayhim as-salam. إن هذا لفي صحف الأولى. Even in Surah Al-A'la, إن هذا لفي صحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. The scriptures is the scripture given to Moses alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Yeah. Okay.
And as well,
as
well, the Psalms of David, and other prophets, they got revelations before the Quran.
Yeah. So those are the people that receive it before the Jewish and the Christians.
Yeah.
Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much.
Because Ibrahim was not a Jew, was not a Christian. ما كان إبراهيم يهوديا ولا نصرانيا. That's what Quran said. Ibrahim was not a Jew, neither he was a Christian. So that is why Allah mentioned that in that surah.
Yeah, Sheikh, just one final question to clear on the zakat, and then before we get Shekisa, will do a dua for us. So one final question is, I'll read that from the chat. My understanding is that Zakatul Fitr is paid per household by the head of the house.
Yeah.
How come the Sheikh has just said the Zakatul Fitr is only paid by those fasting? What I assume it should be paid by those fasting. What about those Muslims that cannot fast because of illness or various reasons?
Yes.
You say Muslim, that question has been answered. The question answers itself.
Yeah, so it's just to clear it.
Muslim who cannot fast because illness,
yeah.
They have an excuse not to fast. They give Zakatul. We're talking about specifically Muslim here. We're not talking about non-Muslim.
Yes.
The thing is that your household, you are responsible to pay Zakatul Fitr for people you are responsible in your household. People who are young. When they become adults, can't pay their Zakatul Fitr, the Muslim, they pay themselves. But what we're saying here, you household, you have children. From the smallest one until the age 10, you're responsible for them until they reach the age of going by themselves. Then they're responsible for themselves. They pay their Zakatul Fitr. Until that age, a Muslim, you pay Zakatul Fitr for them. But you're not paying Zakatul Fitr for an adult who not Muslim, who not fasting in Islam. That doesn't exist. All I'm saying is this. They can ask other shuyukh who know about this field. Zakatul Fitr only, you paying for that, your household, those who are under the age, and those who are Muslim who was fasting, and those who are not fasting because illness, but they Muslim, but they don't have means to pay. You paid for them. This is how we pay Zakatul Fitr.
Yeah. I think that's made it quite clear.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask Shakisa for his dua now. And then
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so right, so we ask Shakisa for his dua now. Before Shakisa, before you do that, I'll just say a reminder. Tonight is the second odd night of the last 10 days, and so we've got Sheikh Mahmoud. We'll be logging on at 11:30 tonight, and may Allah make us all sick the night of Laylatul Qadr, inshallah. I will send a link, so if you want to forward it to everyone that you know, please do. And we will be logging on 11:30 p.m. tonight, and Sheikh Mahmoud will be on. There will be Quranic recital, and then there will be the long dua after that. Shakisa, Bismillah, please give us a dua.
First of all, may Allah accept it from us. May Allah make this Laylatul Qadr, we make it for the Laylatul Qadr, and may Allah make we don't miss these nights. Allahumma anta salam, wa minka salam, wa ilayka yarju salam. Allahumma atiq riqabana, wa riqa aba'ina, wa umatina, wa ikhwanina, wa akhawatina, wa ustadina, wa ustazina, wa man haqqun alayna. Allahumma aghfir lana, ma qadamna, wa ma asrarna, ma alana, wa ma anta a'lamu bi minna. اللهم إنا نسألك إيمانا كاملا ويقينا صادقا وقلبا خاشعا ولسانا ذاكرا وحلالا طيبا وتوبة نصوحا وتوبة قول الموت ومغفرة ورحمة بعد الموت والفوز بالجنة ونجاة من النار. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم.
Wa alaikum salam, Shakisa. So we go to Sheikh Yusuf, our beloved Sheikh Yusuf. I hope he's ready for us.
Inshallah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone, my hosts and my beloved sheikhs. First of all, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward my humble brothers and sheikhs, Sheikh Njai, Abdullah Njai and Sheikh Musa for their contribution. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it be sincerely for his sake and reward them immensely, beautifully this world and the hereafter. Thank you very much for letting me in. I was actually enjoying the session. Alhamdulillah. If you can permit me now, inshallah, to start my session, if everyone is ready.
Yes,
then
everyone is ready.
It's all up to you now, Chef.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على مبعوث رحمة للعالمين محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبع بلسان الدين. My dear respectable brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fasting, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us be amongst those who will be blessed to witness the night of Laylatul Qadr, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from them, and they are granted the reward of at least or over a worship of 1,000 months. Bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I wouldn't go to that much because I guess, or I believe, my sheikhs today have touched more on that, especially the last 10 days of Ramadan. But I will come from a different dimension, an ayah that I want us to talk about today. This ayah is wonderful ayah. And for those who have Qur'ans, that's fine, you can have your Qur'an. But we're going to look at this ayah today, inshallah, under this theme of this ayah. This is what we're going to, inshallah, to talk about something very, very important for this night of Laylatul Qadr. Anyway, the ayah, let me announce the ayah. The ayah is, the chapter is Surah Ali Imran. Ali Imran, okay? Chapter 5. The verse is verse 133. Verse 133. Surah Ali Imran, verse 133 to 134. That's what we're going to look at. Verse 133 to verse 134. I can give you a minute for those who have Qur'ans to just get it. Inshallah, 1 minute. Inshallah. Okay, I guess everyone is ready. But I will leave. Everyone is ready to go. Just let me know.
What do I say?
Surah Ali Imran. Okay, I guess we are ready to go now. Are we? I'm waiting for.
Yes, Sheikh. Should be. I hope everyone is here. It's actually. Is it? Is not chapter 5, chapter 3, Al Imran.
Al Imran. Eh? Yeah. Actually, yeah.
No, 5.
Sorry,
yeah.
Thank you very much. It's 3, chapter 3.
Yeah.
After Surah Nisa, Baqarah Nisa, then Ali Imran. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 133.
Yeah. And the verse is verse 133.
Yeah.
So 134. Okay. Now, this is the ayah we're going to look at today, bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let me recite the ayah. The ayat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وسارعوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وسارعوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة عرضها السماوات والأرض عدت للمتقين الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He said, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. He said, hasten, in other words, compete with one another. Hasten and compete with one another. إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. To seek the forgiveness of your Lord, to achieve the pleasure and acceptance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to accept the pardon of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتِ.
the paradise, the width of Al-Jannah is as the skies above wal-ard. Arduha as-samawat, the width of Al-Jannah is the skies above wal-ard and the earth below. U'iddat lil-muttaqin. Paradise, Al-Jannah is for the muttaqin. Al-Jannah is for those who fast. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. He said, oh, you believe, fasting is compulsory on you as it was made compulsory to those before you, so that you may gain taqwa. The taqwa, the one who achieved taqwa, is called muttaqi. Al-muttaqi. The plural is muttaqin. Allah said, Al-Jannah, this paradise, wasari'u ila maghfirati min rabbikum. He said, hasten to seek the forgiveness of your Lord, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the acceptance of Allah, the pardon of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Why should you compete? Why should you rush? Why should you come very quick to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness? Because وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا, the paradise, the width of Al-Jannah, paradise, just one man's Jannah, subhanak ya Rabb. Allah said, samawat wal ard is equivalent as the sky above and the earth below. U'iddat lil muttaqin. It is been prepared for those who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And who are these muttaqin? Allah explained it as well in the Quran. The following ayah, which is ayah 134. Allah said, Alladhina yunfiqun, are those who spend their wealth fi sarra, during difficult times. Fi sarra, during fortune times, the time when they are happy, they are going through good times, they are, mashallah, they are rich and etc. Why they are happy? What darra, during difficult times as well, they spend for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wal kadhimin al ghayz, these are the people who restrain their anger. Wal kadhimin al ghayz, these are the people who restrain their anger. The quality of the muttaqin. My humble brothers and sisters, I repeat it again. Allah said those who are going to get Al-Jannah, those who are going to be the dwellers of Al-Jannah, these are the characteristics, these are the qualities they possess. Allah said, Alladhina yunfiqun, those are the people who spend their wealth for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fi sarra, during the good times, times of fortunes. Wad darra, and difficulties, difficult times. Wal kadhimin al ghayz, they are the ones who restrain their anger. Wal afina anin nas, and they are the ones who pardon, they forgive mankind, they forgive others, they've overlooked at the faults of others. Allah said, Wallah, your Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yuhibbul muhsinin. He loved those who show kindness. He loved those who kind to those who have oppressed them, to those who have wronged them, to those who have offended them, to those who have, mashallah, oppressed or suppressed them. This is the ayah. What a beautiful ayah. Before I get into detail of that ayah, I want us to get this trend. We are in the last 10 days of Ramadan. We are, bi'idhnillah, few hours back. Sometimes some of you are in a different continents right now, listening to me as well, maybe in America or wherever. You are experiencing the night. You are now experiencing after Maghrib, the night, which is considered to be the night of power from your side. And for us here where I am, inshallah, within the next hour, we are going to start experiencing the other day, the other night, following the 27th night towards the 27th day, which is, the 25th, 23rd actually, forgive me, the 23rd night following the 23rd day, which is the odd night of Laylatul Qadr, the 23rd night of Ramadan, which the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked us, urged us to experience, to find and catch the night of power in this night. This could be the change of your life. This could be the turning points of your whole life. Tonight could be your Al-Jannah. Tonight could be the night they register your name in Al-Jannah. Tonight could be the night. But there is something that will prevent you, could prevent you. And more likely, can or could it prevent you, or more likely to prevent you and myself to earn Laylatul Qadr. And I'm not saying it because I'm saying it. I'm saying it because of the Quran and Sunnah. I'm going to tell you the hadith. I am saying that you could be fasting the month of Ramadan. You could be praying all these 21, 22 nights or days, praying in the day, praying in the night. But yet, there is something very, very important that could most probably prevent you to earn the reward of Laylatul Qadr. Why not? Not me. I did not say. Allah said it. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said it. And whatsoever the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allah said it. It's from Allah. There is no difference from what the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says. It's from Allah. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know you're very eager to know. I'm going to tell you, so therefore, you try to take that, what luck, however you call it, barrier, put it that way. You try to break that barrier. From now on, or tonight, break that barrier. First of all, Allah said, you compete to earn Al-Jannah. You compete, especially in the month of Ramadan. The Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, he said, actually, according to Aisha radiallahu anha, when she was asked about this last 10 days of Ramadan, what the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to do, she said that immediately when the last 10 days of Ramadan comes, when it comes, so the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said he will strengthen himself. Oja, say Oja, in other words, get ready. He will get ready himself. وَأَحْيَا اللَّيَالِ, and he will spend the night, sleepless nights, just to earn Al-Jannah. And he will أَيْقَذَ أَهْلَ, he will wake up his family, his household, to spend the night worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because he said that you get Al-Jannah, you get Laylatul Qadr in the last 10 days of Ramadan, last 10 nights of Ramadan. That's when you get it. You want to know? So Allah said, compete, double up right now, hasten to do good deeds to get Al-Jannah. Because the Jannah, the wheat of Jannah, Al-Jannah, is as the sky above. It's been prepared for those who are God conscious, and you want to be amongst them. If you are not God conscious, you will not. If you are not God fearing, that's why you fast. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He said, fasting is for you. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. It may compulsory for you or to you, so that you may get taqwa Allah, to become a God conscious person, a pious person. So it's for you. Bi'idhnillah. But what will prevent you? The muttaqi, Allah said, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ. These are the ones who spend their money, they spend their wealth, they spend their time, they spend their knowledge, they spend their moments. It's not just money. They spend the wealth that Allah has given them. Whatsoever wealth you have, especially money, because that's what we love the most. This is what we fight for. This is what we swear at others. This is what we jealous others for. This is what we manipulate people and etc. We try to, what can I say, invade the honor of our brothers and sisters because of money. Power is money. Allah said, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ. These are the ones who spend their wealth. فِي السَّرَّاءِ, during the time of happiness, the time of joy. But not only that, وَالضَّرَّاءِ, even though they are going through difficulties, they are going through trial, tests, they still spend in the cause of Allah. That does not prevent them. They spend with the little they have for the sake of Allah. That's the quality, yeah? That's their characteristics. And Allah said, وَالْكَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ. I want to just focus on كاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس. These are the people who restrain their anger والعافين عن الناس, and they pardon their brothers and sisters, they forgive them. You know what the Rasul said? He said, every Monday and Thursday, every Mondays and Thursdays, our deeds are being raised up to Allah. كل الخميس والاثنين, every Thursday and Friday, including in this month of Ramadan. Get it right, huh? That's why I told you in the beginning that it's not me that's saying, even though you are fasting, you are praying, you are giving sadaqah, but there is something that will prevent you not to get the Laylatul Qadr. May Allah save us from that. He said, that factor or that thing could prevent you, and most likely prevents someone to earn and achieve the nights of power, its reward, the worship of 83 years more. Imagine, yeah, put Al-Jannah there, and then check your pride. Which one? Which one do you want? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالْكَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ, those who restrain their anger, وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ, and they pardon others, they are the muttaqeen. The Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every Mondays and Thursdays, including the month of Ramadan, our deeds are being raised up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that night. And Allah forgive everyone. He said, Allah yaghfir jami'. Allah forgives everyone except, that's the problem. Allah accepts the ibadah. And the night of power, Allah forgives everyone except المتشاحنين الذين عندهم الشحناء, those who have grudge between themselves, those who malice one another, those who have abandoned their family, they cut the ties of their family because they've wronged them either way. They are not talking to them. The grudges are there. Muslim and Muslim having grudge. Your forgiveness is being suspended until you make peace, until you connect to and with one another. Your forgiveness is in your hands right now, brothers and sisters. You know, the best, the most painful, put it that way, trial is the one that comes from the your closer relatives. When you face oppression, right, negative actions, reactions, or whatever from your closer brother, relative, is more painful than the person who is far away from you when it comes to relationship. Let's go into the Quran. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, because one will say to me, Sheikh, you don't know what they have done. Wallahi, I will not forgive them ever. I use the word Wallahi because that's what he used. Said, Wallahi, I will not forgive this person ever. Yeah, you've said it. That's fine. Because I know you were upset. Because sometimes what they've done, Wallahi, only Allah knows the impacts of what they've done to you. But you might even say to me, this is my blood. I did not even expect my blood to do this because he is part of my blood. She is a part of my blood. It is better if someone who is far away from me, but you are under my own supervision Sometimes I even send my money to them. Some people, they said to me, they're in Africa. I give them, I help them. Look what they've done to me. And they even go to the world. So, beyond that, so even pray that Allah destroy them. Yeah, I understand. It's your right to make dua. To ask Allah to retaliate. It's not crime. It's your right. But listen to what happened. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh. We know him. Siddiq. He was the friend of the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The Rasul married his daughter, Aisha radiallahu anha, the beloved wife of the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, our mother. He married her. And you've heard the incident that occurred when the munafiqeen, the hypocrites, and the kuffar, they want to bring fitna into the deen. What? What did they do? They accused Aisha radiallahu anha of committing immorality, indecent acts, which she was distant away. Subhanaka ya Rabb. They are our mothers. They are pure from whatsoever accusation they've been accused. But the fitna, shaitan, goes everywhere, try to create fitna amongst brothers and sisters. The Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he said, shaitan has given up for you to worship idol like this. You, the Muslim that know your deen, it is very difficult for you to worship idol. Manifestly, no. But what does he do now? He uses the word tahrish to create enmity, fitna amongst you. He knows you cannot escape from that trap. So that's what shaitan did. They accused our mother for something she did not do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you thought it was evil. تَحْسَبُونَهُ شَرًّا لَكُمْ. You thought it was evil, it was bad, it was negative. But Allah said, بَلْ هُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. But it was good for you. Good came out of it. Yeah. You see, sometimes when they accuse, they say, this, leave them. Allah will bring out the truth. That's what happened. And what happened? Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, the father of Aisha, the father-in-law of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the beloved friend of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, the honor of his family is being tampered, destroyed at that time, invaded. And amongst those who were doing it was one of the young men called Mistah, who was under the supervision of Abu Bakr Siddiq. He was clothing him. He was looking after him. He was feeding him. He was sheltering him and did everything you can do to look after your son. He was not a son to him. He was a family member. But he took the responsibility to look after him. And then this man was going underneath, right? He was hiding, destroying the honor of Aisha radiallahu anha. And the man who was looking after him, Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, including the household of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Abu Bakr Siddiq knew, and then he said, Wallahi, you doing this to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Not only that, you are doing this to my daughter, and you are doing this to me. You are under me. I'm looking after you. I'm feeding you through Allah's permission. I'm clothing you, and you doing this? It was painful. Allah, he was. It was painful. But what happened? When he said, Wallah, he's not going to do that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed an ayah, Quran, for Abu Bakr Siddiq and for myself and you listening to me today. Allah said, Surah An-Nur, وَلَا يَأْتَلِ أُولِي الْفَضْلِ مِنْكُمْ وَالسَّعَةِ. He said, وَلَا يَأْتَلِ, أي لا يحلف. Let none of you swear by Allah. Let none of you swear by Allah. If you have done it, don't do it again. Let none of you swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying, especially you that Allah has given the upper hand, the opportunity, the wealth. Okay? So look after others. Those who have position, wealth, opportunity, means to look after those who are less privileged. If they have done wrong to them, even if they've invaded their own honor and integrity, whatever you want to call it. Whatever atrocity they've done for you, Allah said, do not swear by Allah, saying, أن يؤتوا أولي الفضل يعني أن يؤتوا أولي القربى والمساكين والمهاجرين في سبيل الله. They swear by Allah, say, I'm not going to look after my relatives because of what they've done. I'm not going to give those masakin because of the behavior they behave today. I'm not going to give the muhajirin, those who migrated, because of what they've done. Allah said, don't do that. Do not do that. وَلَيَعْفُوا. Allah said, let them pardon. Let them forgive them, overlook. وَلِيَعْفُوا. He did not use the word only يَعْفُوا. He said, وَلِيَسْفَعُوا, and wipe it out. You don't just forgive them, but overlook all the faults they've done. Overlook it. Now, if you don't want to overlook, you said, Sheikh, you don't know what they've done to me. It's too much to handle, it's too much to carry. I will not forgive them. Allah said, it's the same Quran, ayah 22, Surah An-Nur. Allah said, أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Don't you love? Wouldn't you love? Don't you wish and hope and pray that Allah forgives you? Wouldn't you love? Don't you love that Allah will forgive you? Of course you love Allah to forgive you. Then if you want Allah to forgive you, Allah said, فَلْيَعْفُوا أَوْ وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَسْفَحُوا. Forgive right now. As you are sitting right now, digest it inside you. Swallow it inside you. And say it to yourself. Say it to yourself. Allahu Akbar. Say it to yourself. Say it to yourself right now where you're sitting. Say to myself. I'm saying to myself inside me. I'm not just telling you. Wallahi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bears me witness. Where I'm sitting right now. Say it to yourself. وَلْيَعْفُوا. Forgive. Pardon. وَلْيَسْفَحُوا. And overlook. Wipe it out. Erase it. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Don't you want Allah to forgive you? Wouldn't you love Allah to forgive you? Allah asked Abu Bakr as well. Abu Bakr, wouldn't you love Allah to forgive you? Because Allahu Ghafur Rahim. Allah is out-forgiven. Allah is the most merciful. Allah is out-forgiven and the most merciful. Whether you are an alim, whether you're an imam, whether you're a sheikh, whether you're a mother, whether you're a sister, whether you're a brother, whether you're a child, whether you're a servant, whether you're a director, whatever position you are. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Don't you love Allah to forgive you? Wouldn't you love Allah? Because Allah, Wallahu Ghafur Rahim, Allah is out-forgiven and the most merciful. So if you want Allah to forgive you, if you want Allah to accept your Laylatul Qadr, raise it, wipe it from Jahannam and write it in Al-Jannah. This is the moment right now. Don't wait for later. Do it right now. Inside you, say, Allah, for your own sake, because of you, I have forgive all those who have wronged me. Allah, Ya Allah, I'm not the best amongst all the best. I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner. But Allah, I'm talking to you right now. Allah, you are listening to me. You are my creator. You are my cherisher. For your own sake, I have forgiven anyone whosoever have wronged me, knowingly and unknowingly. This is from my heart to you, brother. This is from my heart to you, sister. I have forgiven you. It does not matter what you've said about me. It doesn't matter what you've done to me. It doesn't matter what grudges you have. But today, I have forgiven you. Bi'idhnillah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of Allah. Because why? أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Don't you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you? Indeed, I love Allah to forgive me. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. Abu Bakr Siddiq, when that happened, when that moment happened, after he has swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he's not going to look after that man, he indeed turned straight away, turned around. Because what is much matter to Abu Bakr Siddiq, what matters to him is Al-Jannah. He said, Allah, I have forgiven him. I'm going to do more than what I used to do to him. I'm going to look after him more than the way I used to look after him. This is the moment. This is the moment. It does not matter what they've done to you. You seek forgiveness every day. You want Allah to forgive you. If you want Allah to accept your Laylatul Qadr before tonight, if you want Allah to forgive you, if you want Allah to elevate you, if you want Allah to write your name and make you be utaqa amongst those whose souls will be redeemed from the Jahannam, then forgive your brothers and sisters. Be kind to them. Allah said, Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah loves those who show kindness. Be kind to them. Be kind to your brothers. Be kind, especially to those who have wronged you. Be kind to them. Send gifts for them. Send kind words to them. وَلَا تَسْتَوِي الْحَسَنَةُ وَلَا سَيِّئَةُ. Evil is not the same as good. Never. Allah said, idfa' billati hiya ahsan. Right? Repel evil with good. Repel evil with good. Yeah. فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. By doing so, the one that, right, may have grudge for you, when you show kindness to them, the one who has grudge and aim evil, bad things for you, will turn to be your friend, will end up to be your friend. That's the Quran. Allah said, وَجَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٌ سَيِّئَةٌ مِثْلُهَا. Yes, of course, you have right to retaliate. But Allah said, فَمَنْ عَفَى. But whosoever decided to forgive, even though they have the ability to retaliate, they have the right to take their own right from their brothers, not to forgive them. Allah said, what? فَمَنْ عَفَى. Whosoever forgive and pardon, وَأَصْلَحَ, and make peace, and then show kindness to them. Allah said, فَأَجْرُهُ. Allah, did you get this ayah? This ayah is Surah Shura, verse 40. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَجَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٌ سَيِّئَةٌ مِثْلُهَا. وَجَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٍ سَيِّئَةٌ مِثْلُهَا. He said the reward of evil is evil. He said, but from an afa, but whosoever pardon your husband, your wife, your son, your brother, your sister, your imam, your scholars, all of them, it doesn't matter. You decide to pardon them. And wa aslaha, then you make good peace. You show kindness to them. Allah said, فَأَجُرُهُ, your reward, his reward, ala Allah, is with Allah. No one knows the reward of pardon. When you pardon, when you forgive, Allah said, you know Ramadan, yeah? You know the reward. When you fast, Allah said, He forgive your reward, He forgive you all your sins. And those who fast, they will go through the door of Rayyan. That's where they will go through. Allah said, but for the one who forgives, the one who pardons, Allah said, nobody, no one, no bird, no one knows his or her reward. فَأَجُرْهُ عَلَى اللَّهِ. Their reward is with Allah. Only Allah knows how He's going to reward them. Why? إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الظَّالِمِينَ. Allah does not love the oppressors. You know, I have more to talk about this. We have examples I can give you from the Quran, many, but there is no time for it. There is no time. May Allah make it easier. But, subhanallah, a man came to the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, kam na'fu anil khadim. He said, how long and how many times I will forgive my employee, my servants, my brother, my sister, my family member? Then the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, he said to him, in fact, he came first, he asked for samat, the Rasul kept quiet. And the man repeated the same question, the Rasul kept quiet. And he repeated the same question for the third time, the man. Then the Rasul replied for the third time. And then he said, اعفو عنه في كل يوم 70 مرة. He said, forgive your brother and sister in a day, just single day. Forgive them for at least 70 times. How many times you forgive your brother? Once. He said, in a day, when they wrong you in a day, forgive them in a day, just one day, 70 times. ما نقص صدقة من مال. Your charity that you give does not reduce your wealth. The Rasul swear by Allah. He said, your charity does not reduce your wealth. Never. You give charity, reduces your wealth. Never. وَمَا زَادَ اللَّهُ عَبْدًا بِعَفْوٍ إِلَّا عِزَّةً. He said, when someone pardons, forgive, overlook the faults of their brothers and sisters, Allah increase them in might, glory. He lift them up. The more you forgive, the more you are lifted. Wallahi, this from the Rasul, not from me. And he said, وَمَا تَوَادَعَ أَحَدٌ لِلَّهِ إِلَّا رَفَعَ. Whenever you belittle, you humble yourself for Allah, Allah will lift you up. Forgive your brothers and sisters. Forgive them. They are not perfect. You are not perfect either. It's hot. It's heart-rending. I know that. I've experienced it. You've experienced it. But yet, أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. That's our slogan today. That's our motto. Don't you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you? Indeed, I believe your answer is yes. So now I will go straight to you for you to ask your questions or comments or whatever. But have this in mind. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ لَكُمْ. Wouldn't you love Allah to forgive you? Back to you, my brother. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakumullah khairan, Sheikh. Each time you say, I've got more to say, but time. I'm just thinking, can we just extend time? Yeah, because it's just so touching, and everyone just so enjoy the lectures, and we don't want it to finish.
I'll accept it.
Yeah, I'll accept it. Right, we'll go straight to the question. Sorry, brother Abdurrahman, were you gonna say something?
No, it's okay. I've just seen a hand up.
Yeah, we've got a hand, Sister Hawa. We'll go straight to the question.
So I will advise the brothers and sisters who are asking questions because of time. So you go straight to the question. You try to summarize it quickly, so we give opportunities to others, so they will ask, inshallah, before I go.
Bismillah, Sister Hawa.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My question is about forgiveness. You know, we want to forgive people, but there are times when some of these people you want to forgive are unreachable. You don't have their contact, or might not even be aware that they have hurt you to a point where you don't want to have anything to do with them. And you want to forgive them, like you just said. Do you actually physically have to contact them, or you have to say, Allah, as from today, I have forgiven everybody. I have forgiven everyone, without having to pick phone or even to call, but just change your attitude towards them as from now onwards?
MashaAllah, beautiful question. May Allah reward you, my dearest auntie. Actually, you don't have to call them, except if they've called you, they ask your forgiveness. They've called you, and then you didn't get to them. Then you can call them, say to them, look, I have forgiven you, whatever you've done to me. But if they have not called you to seek forgiveness, you say it to yourself. It's between you and Allah. Allah will not hold those people to ransom if you have forgiven them. You say it to yourself, between you and Allah, that Allah, I have forgiven them for your own sake. You're not forgiving them because of them. You are doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will forgive you. And inshallah, Allah knows best.
Next question, we've got Daddy.
Yes, Daddy. Daddy Abaye.
Yeah, thank you, young man. Sheikh Yusuf.
You're welcome, Sheikh. Naam, Sheikh.
Sheikh, you mentioned some of the qualities of a mutakin.
Yeah.
I have interpreted to mean that they can be people who will deliberately or purposefully lose an argument just to promote peace. For the sake of peace, they will do anything. I'm just wondering whether that will not be sending a wrong signal, because it's just like you are sitting there, you don't want to say the truth just because of peace.
No, you can't say the truth. In Islam, actually, we don't have arguments. In Surah Mujadala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قَدْ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ قَوْلَ الَّتِي تُجَادِلُكَ فِي زَوْجِهَا وَتَشْتَكِي إِلَى اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ يَسْمَعُ تَحَاوُرَكُمَا. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, your Lord heard the complaint of that woman when she was arguing to you about her husband. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had, when the Rasul responded to the woman, Allah said here, he said, Allah had your conversation your dialogue with her. So in Islam, we have dialogue, we have conversation, we bring proof, but we don't have arguments. Those who argue, they don't have proof, to be honest. They argue. When you have proof, when you have dalil, something you can teach, knowledge, you don't argue at all because it's based on knowledge, right? So in Islam, it is your responsibility to say the truth. It's your responsibility to admonish. But at the same time, there is a way, a method to put that message across. That's why when it comes to da'wah, the ulama, the shuyukh, Allah addressed them. Allah addressed the scholars and the preachers. He said, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنَ, he said, أُدْعُوا إِلَى سَبِيلِ رَبِّكَ بِالْحِكْمَةِ وَمَوْعِظَةِ الْحَسَنَةِ. He said, call, invite to the path of your Lord with wisdom. Wisdom first. With wisdom and with sincere words, with knowledge and with kind words. وَجَادِلُهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Allah said, you have a dialogue with them. Dialogue that is good. The mujadala here is dialogue that is good. I mean, mashallah, nice not to swear at anyone, but to convey the message, to pass the message amicably the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you and the way the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught you as well to do so. So this is what we need to do. Although sometimes there are certain times you can say something which can cause more fitna. Someone has to have that wisdom, when to say, when not to say, when to talk, when not to talk. That's how we grow. That's how we learn in the deen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easier. Allah knows best. Thank you, Sheikh.
Thank you.
Daddy.
Thank you.
Amen. Sheikh, there's a question on the chat. I'll just go over it from a sister. She says, a family member has been forgiven as far as I'm concerned, but I keep getting requests by other family members to call the person, but there is nothing for us to talk about. Am I wrong? I have always said I will greet and engage if we meet or the need arises.
No, the sister, you are wrong. Why I'm saying this, look at the case of Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. For you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Wallah, we are afina anin nas.
We just missed you there a little bit.
They said, Wallahu.
I think you're breaking up there.
Just close that, yeah.
Yeah, you were breaking up earlier, Sheikh. I can hear you now.
Wow. Okay, but you can get me now?
Yeah, go on.
It's better now, yeah.
I think it's the earpiece. Good, that's fine. It's fine now.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so what I'm saying to the sister again, I said, yes, you are wrong from one angle of this question you've asked. You're actually wrong based on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. He said, وَالْكَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ. These are the people who restrain their anger, وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ, and they pardon others, they forgive them. وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. You see the third one? وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Allah loves those who show kindness to those people who have wronged them. How do we do that? One of the kindness is there is something for you to talk about. The first thing you have to talk about with this person is to say to them, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You should call them, please, for the sake of Allah. As long as you said that, as far as you're concerned, his family member is being forgiven. But take another mile, extra mile, right? To go beyond where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, take that extra mile. Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah loves those who show kindness, and that is to connect with them. Call them, say assalamu alaikum. You don't need to say something beyond that. Say, I just check up on you. I check up on you. I want to know how you're doing. May Allah reward you. May Allah bless you. That's enough. That's enough for you. And I would encourage you, inshallah, to take that extra mile to go beyond this level where you've reached. May Allah accept it for myself and all of you. Ismail, Allah knows best. Next question.
Lucy iPad? Lucy's iPad?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, yeah. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. This isn't a question. I just wanted to say that I find your lectures very inspiring and intriguing to me. I'm sure everyone feels the same.
May Allah accept it.
Oh, Jazakallah.
Thank you very much. May Allah accept it.
Jazakumullah to my niece there. It's good when you see kids, our children finding it inspiring at this age. Right. Next question is to Sister Hawa. Sister Hawa, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm
Wa
very
alaikum
sorry. I'm so sorry I have to come back to you because
No, I
when
would
I
allow you
asked,
because for me, I have forgiven you.
I have forgiven you long time
You're
ago,
my
many,
beloved
many,
auntie.
many
I know.
months ago.
Don't worry, you did not
Mashallah, I
intervene.
receive it,
Yes,
alhamdulillah. May Allah
auntie.
reward you for forgiving me. I accept and thank you so much. But when I asked
You're
the
welcome,
question
Nam.
earlier, unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether it was on my side or on your side. The entire answer was
Oh,
muted from my side. I did not get a word of your reply.
subhanallah.
I'm sorry. So that's why I
Okay.
want you to
No, that's
tell me
fine.
all over
The
again if you
reply,
can, please.
yeah, the word of my reply is, yes, you don't have to call them. Can you hear me now, right? You don't have,
Yes, yes.
beautiful. You don't have to call them on the phone, tell them that I have forgiven you, except if any of them have called you, drop a voicemail or called you or either way, or send someone to you, say that, please, can you ask Sister Awa to forgive me? Please, I've wronged you, Sister Awa, please forgive me. And maybe at that time he was angry, he was upset, which is normal for human beings. All of us, we are human beings. I get upset. You know me, mashallah. Every one of us get upset. But at the same time, we let go for the sake of Allah. So therefore, you can call those people who have contacted you or drop your message that I want your forgiveness. Yeah, you can call them to tell them that I've forgiven you. Even though you have forgiven them, inside you yourself, you are forgiving them. You're taking the initiative to forgive them. Alhamdulillah, Allah will accept it. But if you can reach them as well, it's good. But sometimes, as you said, some of them, they haven't come even across, they haven't acknowledged or even know that they've offended you or they oppressed you. They meant something good. Maybe the way they put it or the way they channel it was not good, was not right. And then they offend you. So they don't know. For you to forgive them, you just have to say within yourself, between you and Allah, that Allah, for your sake, I have forgiven them. Then Allah says, wa ajruhu ala Allah. Your reward is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will reward you. You don't have to contact them, inshallah. Allah knows best.
MashaAllah, Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
That's why I love
as I
your
was
glasses
hoping to.
today. That's why I put this one for you, Auntie Awa. Because when I see your glasses, I know you are forgiving everyone. MashaAllah. Let's move on.
I think we have one question.
Let's move on to the next.
I think we got one more
I'll give you two
question,
more.
Brother Wali. Is it iPhone? What's your name, your brother?
Sheku Kamara.
Sheku. Okay. All right. Sheku. Go for it, man.
Sheikh, salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my Sheikh.
Sheikh, may Allah reward you.
Amin, and you too.
May Allah reward Brother Abdurrahman and Brother Walid for all this great job.
Amin.
May Allah accept our Ramadan.
Amin.
Sheikh, my question is, I've got twins, 17-year-old. They are not working, they're in uni. And the Sheikh was saying to put zakat for them is 10-year-old or whatever. But these are 17-year-old, they are not working. And they are my responsibilities. And where do I stand about that? And my wife too is under my control, even though she's working. What do I do?
Yeah, the Sheikh, actually, the Sheikh elaborated on it. I will expand it a bit. Now, when you give zakatul fitr, first of all, if someone who is a Muslim, then they are under your supervision. It can be like an adult like me. I can be 30 years or more or less than that. You know what I mean? But I am under your supervision. I'm not, for example, I might not be working. I'm not earning. You are the one who are giving me. So in that situation, you are responsible for me as well. It's not a problem for you to do that, inshallah. Allah knows best.
Okay. What about the kids that are under my supervision, but they're over 20 and they're working?
Still, you can still. Well, they are obliged to give their zakat for themselves. By the way, but if you do it, it's not a problem. It's still acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inshallah. Allah knows best. Let me take the last one.
Check. I'll just go through the chat now to give you the last two questions. Okay, and then you can just briefly go through them. First one is, how do you convince a family member that it's been really difficult to forgive others?
Why, it's just the Quran and Sunnah. Share this kind of session, lectures to them. Let them listen, encourage them to read the Quran, to learn. Like these verses that I've mentioned, the Quran. for them to see the reward of pardoning or forgiving someone, what you earn. There is greater reward than even what I've mentioned here. Anyway, there is some kind of subhanallah scenario, yawm al-qiyamah, the one that the person that have oppressed you, hurt you, and then you forgive them. When Allah said, I have al-Jannah, I have paradise, the one who forgives has the price to buy it. And the one who is being oppressed will say, Allahumma afawtu an, Allah, I have forgiven him, right? So this is how we reach those people. We talk to them, encourage them, tell them the reward they will earn yawm al-qiyamah, and let them understand as well that they are human beings. They commit sins. They need forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And tell them the theme of this session today. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Don't you love that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive all your sins and give you Laylatul Qadr tonight? Don't you want that? If you want that, then this is the price. May Allah accept it. Allah knows best.
Jazakumullah. The last one on the chat says, just bear with me. What about if you've forgiven the person and they don't want to talk to you and you still remember them in your dua? They ask you to keep your distance and don't want anything to do with you. They are the ones that upset you.
Okay. Well, first of all, alhamdulillah, the good thing is you have forgiven them, and mashallah, they are saying they don't want to talk to you. It doesn't matter. In Islam, if someone even says they don't want to talk to you, okay, if you call them on the phone, maybe it's going to cause much trouble or whatever, that's fine. When you see them, when you meet them, you see them, at least say salam. It's left with them if they say salam or not. But your salam is sunnah, and you are being rewarded for it. But you don't have to keeping distance away from them will create a better atmosphere, but yet it is not a way for you to malice them. You just say, you know what, no problem. When I see them, I'll say salam, but I have forgiven them. And the most beautiful thing I got from this here, from you, my humble brother or sister who has asked a question, is you are praying for them. This is so good when you pray for them, because the angels are praying for you too. Whenever you pray for them, the angels are praying for you too. For me, I always say, Allah, please forgive those who have oppressed and those who have oppressed me. Forgive them, Allah. Forgive them, because the angels are praying for you too. Keep smiling. Continue to do that, inshallah. Allah knows best.
No. Right. Just before you make your dua, just a reminder to say we're on tonight 11:30. We'll be logging on. Please, you can use the same link to log on, and Sheikh Mahmoud will be here, inshallah, for us to observe Laylatul Qadr. So he's logging on at 11:30, and he said there will be Quran recital. So make sure you have your Qurans with you, and then he'll be making a dua. Sheikh, there's one more question. Have you got time for me to address it? Because it's just a statement. Someone is asking.
Let me hear the question.
So someone is asking, Assalamu alaikum, please, are you recording this program to share with people? I'll answer that. So we are recording all the clips, all the programs that we've done, all the lectures. And inshallah, we are creating a YouTube channel for the masjid. And so we will be uploading them. Brother Muzakir, he's been of immense help to us. So he's editing them, and we will be uploading them to the official Masjid YouTube channel. However, the other day I did see, the dua Sheikh Yusuf gave on the first odd night. Someone recorded it. Mashallah, we know your intention is good, but what we've done here, we are going. We following in accordance and of GDPR rules, which states that we should not be sharing any imaging or any audio if we haven't had a consent from that person. So if you want to record the lectures, we know that's good intention for you to share it to other platforms. Well, please do desist from doing that. But there will be recordings that will be available, and inshallah by the end of I believe by the end of the weekend, Mother Muzakir would have finalized everything, and we will tell you where to get them, inshallah.
Inshallah. So, okay.
Okay, Sheikh. Yeah. Can we have your dua and leave you to go and break your fast?
Indeed. Allahumma anta rabbus samawati wal ard falaka alhamdu kama yanbaghi ya dhal jalali wal ikram. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. اللهم اغفر لنا
آمين
ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين
آمين يا
والمؤمنات
رب
يوم يقوم
العالمين
الحساب.
آمين
ربنا
آمين
اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات يوم يقوم الحساب. ربنا
آمين
آتنا في
آمين
الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.
آمين
وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.